G'day, I'm Jonny Taylor. You're watching Live on the Lot on Skippy TV, and this is my song called Better Day. Here we are now, working hard to make a life, but we're not living much at all. I got big plans, they don't mean a thing if we're not there to catch each other's fall. Now tell me, do you wanna lean on one another? Tell me, do you wanna trust in me today? Tell me, do you wanna believe in one another? Tell me, do you? I said, hey, you should know by now that I won't let you down. Believe me when I say, I said, hey, you should know by now that I won't let you down. Believe me when I say, tomorrow's a better day. In a moment, this could all be over, and I don't want to feel like I'm missing out. So take my hand, let's rewind, go back to a time when we were young and just starting out. Now tell me, do you wanna lean on one another? Tell me, do you wanna trust in me today? Tell me, do you wanna believe in one another? Tell me, do you? I said, hey, you should know by now that I won't let you down. Believe me when I say, I said, hey, you should know by now that I won't let you down. Believe me when I say, tomorrow's a better day. I said, hey, you should know by now that I won't let you down. Believe me when I say, I said, hey, you should know by now that I won't let you down. Believe me when I say, tomorrow's a better day. Tomorrow's a better day.
Jonny Taylor, welcome to Live on the Lot.
Thank you.
Mate, congratulations on the new album, Dig Deep.
Thank you, yeah, 4.5 years in the making.
I know, still sounding sharp. Thanks for playing Better Day.
Pleasure.
We'll kick off with a cliched question. So it's been a few years between the first album and Dig Deep.
Yeah.
What's been happening?
Basically, the truth is I've kind of wrote an album about 2 years ago, had half of it produced, ready to go, and I sat there and listened to it, and something just clicked, and I went, I don't actually like this very much.
Okay.
And I just started fresh. I just moved out to a little country town and just got myself in the zone of writing a record that really satisfied my urges. I just kind of got to a stage where I realised that I was writing for maybe a market or what I thought people might want to hear, and not necessarily writing for myself.
Was there a light bulb moment when that happened? Or it must have been, you know, a profound moment for you because, you know, coming off Australia's Got Talent and, you know, the first album was #2 on the country charts, the ARIA country charts, wasn't it? Yeah, and, you know, your success up at Tamworth with the Star Maker, awards and finals. It must have been like a really interesting period for you, I suppose, personally and also creatively, was it?
I think so, yeah. I think turning 30 was a big one. I think a lot of things changed when I was about to hit 30. I actually got really down. I was like, what have I got to show for myself?
So you had an early midlife crisis, did you?
God, I hope so. I hope that's the end of it, yeah. But I just went, you know, like if I get crook and end up on my deathbed, I want to just lay there and go, well, at least I made a really killer album that I love. And I think for me, a lot of things really changed around that time of hitting my 30s. And so that was a lot to do with it, yeah. And also I had got some industry advice from somebody that said I need some more slide guitar in my music to make it sound more country, to fit into the genre.
Oh, really?
And I went, well, that's kind of the last thing.
So this was on the new album, someone was giving you that advice, were they?
Yeah, yeah.
And that must have been interesting if you were trying to get back to your roots, which is probably drifting away a little bit away from a classical country sound, was it? Do you feel like you're being pulled and pushed from all different directions?
Not necessarily by anyone in particular, but I certainly had those pressures in my own mind. Yeah, I guess certain things would happen in your career that make you go, oh, well, there's a bit of action happening here, so I'll try and do more of that.
You run towards the heat.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And by doing that, I kind of lost sight of myself a little bit, yeah.
So you think the first album was a product of that a little bit, do you?
A little bit of it was, and a little bit of it, well, the most part of that album was getting something off my chest that I wanted to achieve, which was write really heavy themes, write about stuff that we're going through as humans, that not many artists are really talking about. But in doing that, also you can push people away because it's a little bit too serious.
So essentially what you're saying is with this album, I suppose you wanted to draw on your roots as sort of a deep instinctive storyteller, but you had to find that balance in terms of like how you delivered or communicated that audience so people could still connect with it. That's
exactly it, yeah. I guess what I wanted to achieve is by still have an album that has substance, lyrical substance, that can impact somebody's life in some way, but also if you aren't listening to the lyrics, it'll just sound good in the background. And I feel like maybe with the first album, that's what I had lost. I was so wrapped up in, got to get my message across, I've got to do something really meaningful and powerful here, that I may have sort of sacrificed the fun, rocky element of my music that was begging to come out.
So your decision to hit the road for 3 years, was that inspired by this or driven by this in some sort of way? What you were going through? Did you just want to fucking get out and hit the road and spread your wings?
I think so. Yeah, that was a lot to do with it. Basically what happened when my wife and I became homeless, by choice.
By choice.
Yeah. Was we just went on a tour to Tamworth and, was it Tamworth or somewhere else? I can't remember, but anyway, we went away and we leased our house out. And it was a short-term thing. And then this guy, the property manager, rang up and said the guy wants to stay on for 6 months. And we said, well, yeah, okay, let's do that. So we just did six months, and then we kind of enjoyed it and never came home. So yeah, but
did you have to? You must be pretty persuasive. Did it take much to talk her into that?
It took more to talk me into it.
Really?
I would never consider myself a traveller. I definitely never thought I would live the gypsy lifestyle. I was very much a guy that wanted...
You don't have a goldfish, obviously?
No. I can't have any form of... I can hardly look after myself, let alone a pet. That was the issue, really, yeah. So anyway, we just ended up on the road and, yeah, for sure, that shaped a lot of things because I guess you're in pubs, you know, like a lot of the tour was pub gigs. We're just sitting in a bar singing songs, trying to entertain people. And what I learnt is if I'm trying to sing a song about domestic violence or teen suicide or something in a pub, it's not connecting, you know. People just want to tap their foot and drink and not have to listen to be engaged with the music. And that really did shape how Dig Deep came to be because I wanted to still have that substance but not be so intense.
Literal almost, or?
Exactly. It was too literal, yeah.
So if this album, you know, represents you really getting back to your roots and tapping into your DNA, you know, where did Jonny Taylor grow up and what music did you listen to? Because, you know, everyone thinks you're this, you know, country rocker, but you know, you've got the Docs on and that sort of stuff.
As opposed to Blundstones.
Yeah, I know, or the, you know, the Aaron Williams boots. So you're obviously a mixed bag and there's been a few different influences. Yeah,
well, my brother, my older brother was a drummer in rock bands when I was growing up. And I always just wanted to be like my big bro. He had the long hair and, look at me now. Yeah. And he was just cool, you know, but he was always listening to Soundgarden and Pearl Jam and anything like that from that sort of Seattle grunge era.
Yeah, the 90s grunge.
Yeah, so I kind of grew up on that.
And so, you know, what you've been through and learnt as a storyteller, do you look at, you know, because everyone tells these stories about Madonna or these, you know, artists who adapt and change over time. So in some respects, you must look at what they've sort of been through and how they sort of adapt and change to fit new markets and connect with audiences.
Yeah.
I suppose, you know, because we've all heard those stories over time, but what you've been through, I suppose things must click into place when you go, yeah, I can understand that or relate to how they've been through that.
For sure, and especially in this day and age where music's changing and we're in a digital world and everyone's trying to adapt the best way they can. And I think for me with Dig Deep, I kind of went the opposite way in not so much trying to adapt to a particular market, but just doing a record that I can listen to and be super proud of.
Well, you know, you should be proud of it. It's a great album. What's coming up next for you?
I'm going for a big long drive.
Back on the road?
Yeah, and I don't have a set date to come home, so we could have another homeless situation on our hands.
A tour coming up? or
Yeah, a tour coming up. So it all starts with Tamworth. Basically, my touring cycle starts at Tamworth. Yep. January, I drive the van over, and then you just get into that mentality of, well, I'm here. I'm on the eastern side of the country. I've got all my equipment. Let's hit the road.
Mm-hmm. And so everyone out there to find where you're playing, your website is... JonnyTaylormusic.com. No H in Johnny. Yep, okay.
I'm thinking about a new stage name, actually. Johnny No H. But all the social media channels and all that stuff, yeah. I spend my evenings on the phone, you know, doing the thing.
Okay. Yep. Well, Johnny, thanks for coming on Live on the Lot.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Good on you, Bruce.
Thanks, mate.